Hi everyone, I'm Mary Wetzel, and today I'm going to be discussing why Western civilization is still relevant today. And I'm going to be using three different articles. And the first article is by Lawrence Birkin. It's titled, "What is Western Civilization?" And this article basically serves as a really great introduction to what Western civilization is identified as, which is basically a combination of European, Greek, and Roman cultures. And Western culture is largely represented in Europe and America, as well as in certain parts of Asia and Africa. And it's interesting that architecture from early Western civilizations, such as the Greek and the Roman empires, are represented throughout the world even now still. And not only that, government is modeled after early models of government, and Birkin argues that political and academic conservatives have a tendency to agree with Western civilization, while political and academic radicals, as he calls them, tend to disagree based on the omission of history of certain ethnic groups, certain minority groups. And then Alexander Rosenthal Pubble, in his article Reflections on Ancient and Modern Freedom, argued that European Enlightenment of the 1600s and 1700s affected Americans and their belief in freedom. The Declaration of Independence, the Gettysburg Address, the response to the 9/11 attacks, and even current political events have focused on liberty. Ideas for freedom are recorded from early Greece, and ancient freedom referred to liberty rewarded to those virtuous and willing to accept the responsibility of liberty. But he argues that modern freedom refers to the absence of restraint of liberty. And he believes that the ancient philosophers would consider our freedom as negative and irresponsible, as it does not always require individuals to be responsible for their actions and for their words. It, in his opinion, our current freedom merely states that we don't have anyone standing right next to us who's going to take us off to jail because of something that we may say. And then lastly, Robert Royal, in his article, Who Put the West in Western Civilization, he also referred to what Western civilization is, Europe, Asia, even American cultures. It's typically thought of as Eurocentric, as many of its ideas place Europe at the center of the world and dominating much of the arts and the sciences and the development of them. He believed that Western culture is the driving force behind culture in Europe and in America, and civilization is very elaborate, and it combines the thoughts and beliefs of millions of people with each new generation. It's always changing and adapting as it's built upon original ancient Western culture. Judaism, Christianity, the Age of Discovery, the Renaissance, the Reformation, the Enlightenment are all really significant aspects of Western culture, with their roots stemming from Greek and Roman beliefs. So with these readings and with others in mind, I believe that Western civilization is relevant for today, in that, in the political sense, models of government throughout the world have copied and altered those in early Greece and Rome. America's constitutional republic has been copied by some of its territories. The beliefs behind freedom and independence stem from early history, and these are beliefs that are held in the highest regard in many countries in the whole world. And we can appreciate the contributions of Western culture, or commonly referred to as European culture, and also realize that it sometimes excludes the histories and cultures of other people in the world. And historians should be encouraged to continue to study Western civilization while also looking at how it has affected other smaller civilizations and their cultures. And nothing should be ignored in history, but it's also important to not discredit one aspect of history because it excludes another. We have to try to study them both and combine them both. Thank you.